All right, folks, the review, just making sure that we're okay with everything. Now, I'm not going to have you do all the problems that are on this worksheet, okay? I'm going to have you do just the even problems. And what you'll notice here is I've selected some even problems to kind of work through with you, make sure we are on task, we understand what's going on with these. So let's get into this. We'll take a look at the first problem here. Number 2, which is -5 is less than or equal to 3 minus 2x. Is less than 11. Now you'll notice there's some erasing down there. I made a mistake. Tried to prove what I was doing was correct and couldn't do it, realized it later, and now I'm back to make another video. Anyways, so what I would do, being that this is a compound inequality, is look at the inside here and try to solve for x. Now if I'm going to do that, I'm going to stay away from the 2x. I'm going to work with this 3. So what would I do to everything to get rid of the 3? I would subtract it. So I would go ahead and subtract 3 from all of these things, okay? So that's gone. I'm left with -2x in the middle and -8 over there, and +8 over there, okay? Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and divide everything by -2. Now when I divide by a negative, everything flips, okay? So this is -4, and this becomes +4. Okay. Now, if I were you, if you struggle to read what this is doing, you could have done this at the very beginning, separated these into two different inequalities, meaning -5 is less than or equal to 3 minus 2x, and then also done 3 minus 2x is less than 11. Okay, those two, it would have worked out the same way. But what I'm going to do, I want to make sure my x is on the left-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that inequality. And I'm going to go ahead and keep that there. So this is an and statement. These both have to be true, and that symbol right there is the symbol for and. So x has to be less than -4. So here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll put -4 right there. Okay, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 right here. Okay, so x is less than or equal to -4. So it starts out like this. Less than or equal to, everything less than, and then x is greater than -4, so it looks like this. Okay, now the and is only where both parts come together, so my final picture, if you remember, is going to look like this. It's going to be between -4 and +4, something like this right here. Okay, now again, I can select any number in here and I should be good. So if I select, let's do 0, that's a simple one. That's going to get rid of this. I have 3, that's all that's left on the inside here. So -5 is less than or equal to 3. I agree with that. And 3 is less than 11. I agree with that. So the range of possible answers is somewhere between -4 and +4. Okay? For number 4, we have an and statement written a little bit differently. So I'm going to go ahead and work this out. I'm going to add 2r to both sides. And I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. I'm trying to get the r's to one side. If I do that, those guys are gone, those guys are gone. I've got 8, and I've got 4r. If I divide everything by 4, you get r is greater than 2. Okay. On the other one, I'll go ahead and subtract 21 from both sides, and I'll subtract r from both sides. So that leaves us with 6r is less than -30. Okay. Now, if I divide everything by 6, do I flip the inequality? No, because I'm not dividing by a negative. So r is less than -5. So if I do this, let's see here, r is greater than 2, and r is less than -5. If we work that out, this is a situation. So let me actually draw this out. Here's 2, and here's -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I draw this out going this way, I draw this out going this way. And the and is where they overlap, right? There's no overlap. So as a result, this is a no solution. Okay? There is no and where they come together. Okay? All right, let's look at number 6. If if I look at number 6, going to work out the same way as number 4. This time, however, it's an OR. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. We end up with 4m is greater than 12, and 4m is less than negative 4. Okay. If I divide both sides by 4, we have 3. Keep the symbol the same way, and you have negative 1. Okay. So if I put a 0 out here, negative 1's right here, so less than, looks like that, and 3, 1, 2, 3, greater than, looks like that, okay? Now, we don't need to have an overlap. Up here we had to have an overlap because it's an and. It has to be in both. Answers are in both. This one is just an or. It's just got to be one or the other. So if I take one of these, let's say I take, let's say 4. We'll take 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Minus 5 is 9. Is 9 less than negative 9? Nope. Well, let's go to this other one. 4 times 4 is 16. Minus 5 is going to be 11. Is 11 greater than 7? Yes. So as long as it passes one of these two, one or the other, you're good to go, okay? So again, and we can check this other one just to make sure I can make negative 20. 40 times negative 20 is negative 80. Minus 5, negative 85. Is that less than negative 9? It is. Check. I don't even have to go on to the other one because I know it met that requirement there. Okay? All right, just a couple more we're going to take a look at. Number 10 talks about writing a compound inequality. Okay, so this is an OR solution. So I'm going to say that x is less than negative 2 or x is greater than or equal to 3. Notice the filled in circle versus the non-filled in circle. Okay. Number 12, this is an and so I could write it as a compound like together. So it has to be greater than or equal to negative 4. And then less than or equal to 4. That would be fine to write like that. Or you could write it x is greater than or equal to negative 4 and x is less than or equal to 4. That's the same thing. Okay? All right, 2 more of these story problems, and then I want you to finish up all the other even problems on this packet, just the even ones. Okay? The sum of 4 times a number and 8. 4 times a number and 8, sum means to add, so we have that, is between 0 and 12. So I'm going to write it like this, between 0, greater than 0, and less than 12. Okay? So if we work this out, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 8 from everything. So if I do that, we would have, subtracting 8. We'd have that. Okay? Now, if I divide everything by 4, you get negative 2 is less than x, which is less than 1. Dividing by 4. Okay? So the number has to be between negative 2 and 1. Let's pick a number. Let's say 0. If I plug in 0 here, that gives us just 8 left over. Is 0 less than 8? Yes. Is 8 less than 12? Yes. So we would have gotten the correct answer there. Okay? Number 16, each type of fish thrives in a specific range of temperatures. The optimum temperature for sharks ranges between 18 degrees Celsius and 22 degrees Celsius. Write an inequality that represents the temperatures where sharks will not thrive. So if I was to write where they will thrive, it would be between 18 and 22. Okay? Now, where they don't thrive, my answer has to be on the outside of that. So I'm going to go ahead and say that it's got to be, let's see here, ranges from, yeah. So I need to be less than 18 or greater than 22 degrees. Okay? That range right there is outside the range of where sharks feel comfortable. And I would feel more comfortable swimming if I'm in the ocean. Anyways, well, I hope that made sense to you. I'm going to let you guys work again on just the even problems. See what you can do. If you have questions, let's talk about them next time we are in class. So thank you for listening. Have a great day.